a very interesting guest today who has played in so many areas of business and tried to develop businesses across different platforms. So if I let me come back to you so that you can tell us who our guest is.
Okay, our guest is Ejovwoke Enakirerhi. He's the CEO of Bittle. Good morning, Ejovwoke.
Hi, good morning, Ifine, and good morning, Lagos, and good morning, Classic FM.
Oh, yes. He's a serial entrepreneur and business leader with a core interest in real estate, agriculture, cryptocurrency, in quotes now, technology. He's popular online and is known as a smartphone millionaire, having managed businesses with a turnover in billions of naira from ideas created from his smartphone. Interesting guest to have here this morning. Once again, good morning to you, Joe.
Thank you very much, Ifine. I'm pleased to have you.
All right, let's start from the very start. Tell us about Bittle. What exactly is Bittle?
Um, Bittle is a technology product that runs with the current trend of crypto. And when we looked at what's happening in the crypto markets, we saw that one of the most reliable way of people to make money was in the exchange business. But that also came with a lot of challenges. Number one, cost of capital to start and to run the business. Number two, technology. Number three, expertise and the likes. So what we did in Bittle was that we created a platform where anybody can start a Bitcoin exchange business for free without experience or capital and run it like a full exchange. We do all the back ends for you. All they do is we create a personalized website for them when they sign up in less than 30 seconds and they're in business. All they have to do is just let people know that they're not only business where I can buy and sell any crypto. And within our first 6 months of launch, we had over 3,000 merchants that are making money on a daily basis with most of them not knowing anything about Bitcoin when it started or knowing anything about the exchange business. And yeah, that's it. So in the nutshell, Bitcoin is all about shared prosperity because we believe something that is enough to go around. And that's what is motivating us and driving us.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
inspired you, really? I hear what you say about. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I said, what was the inspiration behind B2? Like we hear what B2 does, but what inspired B2? And when you look at the market today, how would you look at competition in terms of what you do?
To create a see, I say basic exchange, you wouldn't be spending nothing less than $250,000. I started my first exchange. I created my first exchange sometime in 2017. It cost me over close to $150,000, and even at that, I could not even launch it successfully because I didn't have the right team in place. You know, the stress and everything to go through it. So I spent over 2 years trying to set up an idea that at the end of the day, when it even came out, it was really tough for me, you know. So I like, wow. I mean, if there was a situation whereby I could just plug and play and just have my idea going there and just tell people about it, I would have made money in that 2 years I was spending trying to build what I didn't have the capacity to do. And so what inspired me was my story. Okay. And I'm excited today that we have over 3,000 people who do not need to go through 2 years of, toying back and forth. And they can go into business in less than 30 seconds. And I'm excited about that. Okay. And one more thing, owing to the level of unemployment in our country at the moment, the cost of running a business, the expertise, parallel requirements, it's a win-win, helping people make money. I mean, I'm excited about that. I mean, that's what wakes me up in the morning and makes me go to bed late. So yeah, for me, that was a story, and we just want to get more people to be involved and create more stories for them.
all right. It's quite interesting. But one has to ask, where do you get this kind of knowledge? What's your background? What's your educational background?
So, like he said, I have interest and activities in agriculture, in crypto, in real estate, in technology. Okay, I run those companies side by side, and also I run an online platform that's
Mhm.
currently, and I have membership in over 65 countries, for example. But now, long story short, is that as an entrepreneur, I'm a generalist. I'm not a specialist. So what that simply means is that wherever there's opportunity, all I need to do is to learn about it and see how I can bring value and from there I take it up from there. So it's really not a function of my background. It's more or less like a decision what I've decided to be, and it's a serial entrepreneur. So whatever I can do, anything I can get into any industry, I can crack it. I can make it work. That's
Yeah,
it.
before you started that, you were somewhere. I mean, people might want to know who you were before you got to this level.
So, well, something very interesting about my story is that I've never had the opportunity to work a 9 to 5. I've never worked a 9 to 5, and that was really tough for me while I was trying to employ people the first time, because I didn't know how, the 9 to 5 idea, how it works. So, but I remember going to, running a company for over 3 years and didn't have an idea of how staff think until I got a good HR that could help me develop this thing properly. But okay, I think what really started my story was my second level in school. I started reading a couple of books, which is Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, and the likes. And I knew for a fact that for some reason, some part of me just unlocked, which is that, man, I'm an entrepreneur. I can bring in value as an entrepreneur. And so I knew that in spite of the fact that I was at the time I was studying electrical engineering, I finished as 2-1 from FUTA. I knew for a fact I know that that's my destiny. And that's it. I started at, okay, it was quite tough, through NYC, but I kept pushing because I've read a lot of success stories of entrepreneurs. So in spite of the challenges and hurdles that came my way, it was not new to me because I saw that in these stories repeatedly. So for me, it was just my journey. It's a process for me that I have to go through, and that's it. And that's where we are today, and we're ready to push it higher.
You said something about people and not understanding people because they have never done 9 to 5. So that brings me to my next question: how have you been able to monetize this, and how have the people who you brought in to work with you or assist you or invest with you, in terms of the business, been able to help you in putting funds into it and generating the funds that actually run the business today?
Well, up until now, my businesses are self funded. I don't have any external funding up until now. So, but talking about working with my say I call them friends, not staff, but say, um, you know, new as then rising entrepreneur, you learn the ropes and all of that. My turning point in my company was when I got a very good sound HRO. That's when I started understanding how these things work, created policies, created systems and structure. That was really what really helped me. And today I can tell you that we're doing very well. We're employing more people almost every now and then. And, we're having a very strong and vibrant company, and we're growing, and we're excited about that.
You mentioned cryptocurrency when you kicked off. How has this new policy from the CBN affected you and your business?
It's quite interesting because on Thursday I had a meeting with part of my team, about part of us, and we were about to launch something on Monday, and by Friday the graphics people were going live, video, everything was set. I put in millions already into ads, everything was set. We're ready to go, and this is Friday morning. We're getting letter from CBN and all of that. And everybody's chatting on Slack. Hey, what's up, boss? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? But yeah, but at the end of the day, you must realize something, that it's not what happens to a man that really matters. It's how you react to it or how you respond to it. So we as a company, as we're vibrant, we're innovative, we're responding to it positively. And we're thriving, we're doing what we need to do at the moment, okay, to stay afloat. And we're also engaging with the government and with a couple of people to see what we can do and how we can make best situation, and settle our differences amicably as soon as possible. So yeah, we've received it positively, and we're pushing, and I do hope that our dreams will come true. That's it. So we're positive, I must say.
Okay.
Even with what you just brought up, you brought up something that made me think about a few other things. Aside from the CBN policy that came out about a couple of weeks ago, and which a lot of people are complaining about, in terms of the crypto market, what have been your major challenges? From setup into when CBN released that guideline on how you should do business, and what challenges have you faced, and how have you overcome such challenges as you are overcoming the one that is coming through CBN now?
Well, in setting up a business, the simplest thing is the idea. You can be in your shower and something just pop in, and you're like, you jump out. I'll be a millionaire. I can do this. I can get 1 million customers. I can do this. I can beat my competitors. Just those fantastic, well, should I say, wild dreams. It's the simplest thing to think. And that's why most times when I see people walk up and say NDA, 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 you need to sign NDA on an idea. I'm like, okay, all right, I can sign. But the biggest thing in getting through with a business is execution strategy. That is
Mm,
what makes you a businessman. That's what makes you an entrepreneur. How do you want to execute? How do you want to position in the market? How do you want your brand to be perceived? Okay, how do you want to get your customer satisfaction level? All of those strategies, thoughts. That's the entire stuff. For me, it's interesting because I love thinking. I love challenges. I like trying new stuff. I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid. I just want to do it. I want to put my footprint in the sound of time. So and I got a very vibrant team. I mean, we're next level, right? We're ready to do anything positively. Let's try it. So that's it. So yeah, so it's a journey of experience. It's a journey. It's adventurous. Okay, it's exciting. You learn. You cry sometimes. You regret. It's exciting for me. It's life. It's a good process, and I must tell you for the fact that up until today, I've never regretted being an entrepreneur. And if I come back to this world, I want to be an entrepreneur again. Yeah,
mm.
that's it.
That's quite interesting. Of all the businesses that you handle, which one is closest to your heart, and why?
Well, I think I should rather say the people are closest to my heart, not the business,
Mm,
because it's about the people. It's in respect of the industry.
okay.
It's about my satisfaction. It's about the motive, what really inspired me to get into that industry. For me, money is the lowest denominator in the success of any business. For me, that's why we've never really had so much issues. Like I said, we're kind of self-funded up until this point because for me, money is the lowest denominator. What's most important is how much of value are we delivering? Okay, how much of satisfaction is our customers getting? So for me, I mean, that's how I measure it, not necessarily the business I'm doing.
Mm,
You said something about funding, and most of the funding has come from you over time, and practically you're still the one funding. Are you looking at getting external source of funding? And if you are, what are the kind of things that you people need to know about getting the kind of external funds that you require to run a business? Small,
Well,
medium, you know.
Well, funding is a very interesting topic because you've got to be very strategic in funding your business. You've got to be very strategic. You must know the right time, okay, to ask for money. You must know the right amount of money to ask for, and you must know what you need the money for. It's very important. Sometimes it's not just about getting money to run something. Okay, sometimes, and I found out that great ideas most times thrive in scarcity. you know Sometimes when there's surplus, you start hiring people you shouldn't hire. Okay, you start, there's too much pizza to eat, okay, while you are brainstorming. So sometimes the brain will be too lightheaded to really crack those nuts. So yeah, so that's about it. So I'm quite very strategic about how funding is, and for me, what has helped me is that I use the profit from one business to start another business. That's what I've been doing, and that's what has been helping me. So at some point, that's where I'm going to, which I would not like to reveal publicly. But at that point in time, then yeah, we can come to the table up, we can sit opposite one another and make some really smart decisions on what to do and what not.
mm. What sets you apart from your competitors now? What is that thing that makes you different from the rest?
Well, first and foremost, before I think about what set me apart, I would rather say, first, I'm in the market to complement one another. I'm in the market to complement another entrepreneur, not just to compete. So
Mm,
rather than just see it as a battleground, I want to see how we can collaborate. Because look at great companies all over the world. Okay, they're collaborating. They're summing parts together. So rather than see ourselves as competitors, for me, okay, and by the way, that doesn't take the fact that I'm a very aggressive entrepreneur.
yes.
I rather want to see as a team player, see what.
Mm,
That's why I said I was talking to my colleagues that when a lot of people are like, "Oh, you don't need the banks. You don't need the banks if you want to do crypto," I was like, "No, you need the banks." Even before the ban even happened, I was live on Nairametrics 7 days before, and I was even speaking on the place of regulations and regulators in crypto. So I've always been a team player in the way I do my business and go around my business, So that's it. So whatever stands me apart, purely because I don't see it as really competition, but the need for us to collaborate, So purely that's what stands me out. But another thing here is that I believe in next level. I believe the next year to come. I believe that old ways can open new doors. I believe that you can solve the problem of tomorrow with the way you do the same idea you created yesterday and still be in business. So for me, it's all about new challenges. Okay, it's all about having an open mind. I'm open-minded. I'm not afraid. Let's do it. Let's go. That's it.
So
That's it.
where do you see Bittle? The name Bittle it's quite interesting. Is it Bittle as in Bittle? Because the spelling is really unique. It's Bittlle.
Yeah.
So that's one. So where do you see Bittle in the next 5, 10 years, and why the name Bittle?
Okay, well, I think Bittles is not my only business. It's the smallest. It's my new business. Small. I'm really excited about it because, and the name it's big business for little people. That's where Bittles came out from. So it's big Bitcoin business for little people. So we took away the B from Bitcoin and the L from little. We replaced it with the B on Bitcoin. That's big Bitcoin business for little people. We just, you see, like I said, the idea is shared prosperity. Okay, so what that means is that we strongly believe there's enough to go around because we go around with an abundant mentality. There's enough to go around. So we're like, why don't we create opportunity for more people to get in? No matter who you are, you don't need 10,000 naira, you don't need 5,000 naira. All you need is a dream and a Wi-Fi and go. We're ready to support you. So we're saying we're giving you access to a very big business. We're giving access to what could cost a fortune, all right, to get into for free, for nothing. Okay, and we can tell you that you can start from nothing and become something, okay, with our platform. And we're happy because we have great testimonials today that's popping up. We had a live Instagram live 2 days ago, and it was really pretty good. So that's it. That's the idea behind it.
Okay, there's a
And
message here. We have a message here that says,
okay.
please, you help tell the guest to mention his business or businesses and how he can be contacted.
Yes, we need to know how people can reach you. That's one. And time is never our friend. So the second part of that will be you need to tell us what your catch line is. So you tell us how people can reach you, and tell us what your catch line is for that wakes you up every morning when you decide that you want to make money for people through B2.
Okay. How I can be reached actually? I think I'll drop that down so you can. By email, you can just write me at ejok@thebiddle.com. EJOKE. Just write me EJOKE at thebiddle then Biddle BITTLE.com. EJOKE at thebiddle THEBITTLE.com.
As
Yeah,
e-joke.
my catch. Yeah, e-joke. Yeah, e-joke. Yeah, yeah. My catch is a dream with a deadline. Let's keep it with all the long meetings. Let's keep it all like, let's go. A dream with a deadline. Done is better than perfect. Let's get it done. We cannot be 30 twice. We cannot be 40 twice. We cannot be 50 twice. We cannot be 60 years twice. Let's go. A dream with a deadline. You've got to put a deadline to whatever you're doing and go for it. Don't be afraid. Go for it. You've got what it takes. If it's in your heart, you can do it. Just go. That's it.
Thank, thank you, e-jokes. If I am back to you, it's been wonderful talking to you, and I've learned a few things about the Bittle and how you said it's big
Big Bitcoin
big what
business. Big Bitcoin
for little
business for
people.
little.
If I am back to you in the studio,
All right. Thank you very much, Ejovwoke Enakirerhi. Please, do you have websites where people can go check your business out?
Oh yeah,
Whether
you
like
can start
social
with Biddle.
media.
Yeah, just go to thebiddle.com, then Biddle
All
BITTLE.com.
right.
Yeah, I'll take you
Social
there.
media. Social media.
Get underscore Biddle, get then underscore then Biddle. That's good.
All right. Thank
If
you
you
very
want to follow
much.
me directly, you can just follow me on eTruthful, on Instagram, and I'm good.
All right. So thank you very much, Ejovwoke Enakirerhi, CEO of Bittles. A pleasure having you on Business Half Hour this morning.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again. Thanks, once again. Have a fantastic day ahead.
You too. Bye, everyone.